So recently I've been spending a lot of time with the people I work with, and we've been looking at closing out the year. And we've been going through a process that I felt compelled to share here in support of you as a leader and a human to close out your year or whatever chapter you're in at the moment. And in order to do that, I want to make a quick distinction, and then I'm actually going to guide a process similar to the one I've been leading with teams in different parts of the world. So firstly, I want to make a distinction between something finishing and us being complete with it. So life is full of beginnings and endings, and oftentimes things finish, but we never actually take the time to get complete with it. A job might finish, a relationship might finish, a sporting career might finish in ways that we may or may not have chosen. But then the difference between having the thing done and us being finished or complete with it is often two different things. And the risk is that if we don't take time to complete what we're doing before we move on to the next thing, that we end up sort of dragging bits and pieces, regrets and frustrations and challenges from what we were doing into what we're trying to do next. So as we come to the end of a year, it's sort of very easy these days to kind of roll to the end of the year, exhausted or tired or inspired or whatever, have a few celebrations, and then kind of just move into the next year and blend one thing into the next. And this can happen for years and years at a time, and we never stop to kind of like draw a line in the sand. So I want to give you the opportunity to draw that line in the sand for yourself. The end of the year is an arbitrary moment, but it's a moment for us to stand for a moment on the balcony of our existence and just to get clear about what we want to harvest and harness from where we've been and what we want to leave behind. So if you've got a few moments, I'm going to lead you through a simple little process. And if now's not the time, then you can come back to this video and watch it a little bit later. You may want to pause along the way or take a few notes. And this is a process which is a gift to you as you move to complete this year. The first thing I'd love to do is to invite you just to remember the year and how it began, and take a moment to kind of orient yourself to the beginning of the year as you came into this year, what it felt like, what kind of themes were arising in your existence and in your work in the world. And in specific, if there was something that you felt called towards in the beginning of the year, what it felt like to step into the year, and then what happened next. Oftentimes we begin things with an idea of what they're going to be like, and we take one or two steps, and then the path changes in sometimes totally unpredictable ways. So how did your year begin? And then what happened next? And just orient yourself there. And I'm going to guide you through a few questions now as you move yourself through the experience and the journey of what this year has been for you. Think, if you can, for a moment, was there a time when you had to take a step into the unknown? When you had to trust an inner calling or some pulling, some compulsion, and take a step into a space that was unfamiliar? And take a moment just to acknowledge that step you might have taken. Think for a moment if there was a time, or maybe multiple times, when you felt challenged, out of your depth, frustrated, struggling just to keep your head above water. Did life give you one of those or many of those moments this year where you were challenged in a way that you were never previously challenged? And take a moment just to honor and reflect on those experiences. Consider a new skill or capacity that you had to develop this year. What new power did life's challenges pull from you in your experience? What new approach or tactic did you need to develop in order to navigate the challenges and opportunities of your life this year? Take a moment to consider and honor the new skills and capacities that you've developed. Can you think of a moment where you were filled with inspiration, where the moment felt super high energy? You felt in the flow, maybe connected with other people around you. Hopefully you had many of those moments. Take a moment now just to acknowledge and consider a few of those moments of highest energy in the year. Can you think of a time when you felt lost, or there was a need to surrender or to let go of something? Maybe something that you tried really hard on and you really put lots of effort into, and there was a moment when you had to just let go and realize it was out of your hands, that you'd done everything that you could do, and now you needed to surrender to higher forces or to life to take whatever this was where it needed to. What was a time that you needed to surrender and let go? Was there a time when you felt a sense of breakthrough or pride in what you had created? A moment where you felt truly committed, on purpose, and in the throes of something great in your life? And was there a moment of learning for you this year? If you could cast your eyes on the year, and if you were to imagine that everything that happened in your year was orchestrated for you to gain one lesson, was orchestrated for you to get one elixir, as Joseph Campbell would say in The Hero's Journey, one new discovery about yourself that, when applied, could transform all sorts of aspects of your work or life. Take a moment just to honor the ups and downs, the challenges, the deep searching, the far stretching, the laughter, the crying, whatever and everything this year has been for you. And just honor it and yourself for having walked the journey of this year. So when you've had a chance to sit with those questions and just allow them to sort of saturate in your being and stand a little bit above your existence for the last year and watch and see the twists and turns of the path that's led you here, I want to leave you with 4 final questions that you can take with you. The first question is, of all the experiences that you've had and the challenges you've faced and the learning and the discovery, what's one thing that you are truly committed to bringing with you into the new year? What's one elixir or discovery or lesson or new skill or new sense of purpose that you are committed to moving forward with? Question 2, what is one thing you are absolutely committed to leaving behind? Something that you're ready to let go of, or burn, or liberate, so that as you move forward, you are clear of it in the year to come. Something that you're ready to lay to rest and walk beyond. Question number 3, one person, and it could be you, who you need to forgive or ask forgiveness of. Someone that you feel like you have let down or haven't shown up for in the way you truly wanted to. What would it look or feel like to forgive them or to ask them for their forgiveness? And lastly, what's one person, who is one person that you need to acknowledge and appreciate for the role that they've played in your journey this year? The influence that they've had at key moments to help you become the person that you're becoming and to walk the path that's brought you to this place. Standing on the balcony or the mountaintop of your life, take a moment to honor the twists and turns that have brought you here. And when you're ready, give yourself the gift of declaring this year complete so that you can move forward, harnessing the gifts and the lessons, but free of all the entanglement, centered and in your power, ready to move forward into what's next. See you on the other side.